Wait, this is not working. This is do over. Hey, you guys. Hey. How's everyone doing? Well, wait, is it hay or straw? Hay is for horses, and straw is for the garden, right? In between the tomato plants, and well, you put the plants in, and then you put the fabric down, right? The weed killer fabric, and then straw goes on top of that, especially in between like the habaneros and the Trinidad scorpions and the Naga vipers and the ghost peppers, to keep the peppers off the ground, we'll or a quick intro to gardening. Ask me how I know. But I'm doing editing, and I just noticed when I was doing this, and remember my bat wings from a long time ago? We talked about my bat wings. But this is where the tricep is gonna be, like the bicep here and the tricep down here, and oh yeah, here's my Dexcom sensor. But I haven't started lifting yet, but I'm going to, so I'm not gonna be as flabby. Sorry. Most of you know I used to grow all my own ingredients, and I sold my own hot sauce. Yeah, I want to talk about some emotional trauma that I went through. Downsizing. Most of you know I'm starting to get rid of stuff, right? And getting ready to go on the road full time in my camper, right? So I'm starting to go through my bedrooms and get rid of stuff. And I'm making really good progress in here. Can't you tell? So it's 8:30 on Saturday morning. I was up at 6, but I gotta sit and do this video really quick before the wife comes in and yells at me to start getting work done around here. Yeah, no, I don't have a wife. Oh. But so yeah, a couple quick announcements, and then we'll get to my emotional trauma. All right, so but wait, there's something. Do you guys see that? There's something weird going on with the microphone here. Do you see that little glare? I noticed that in a previous take. Is it the oh, it's the tuba. All right. Don't you hate it, you guys, when you're shooting a YouTube video and the glare from the tuba shows up on your microphone? I hate that. All right, let's go. Oh, and wait, I'm interrupting myself already. We're like 2 minutes in. I will be answering your questions. I hope, if I'm not a blabbermouth per usual in this video, like other videos, I hope I have time to get to. I want to do 3 questions. I did a number 1 where I answered 1 question. That's all I got to. And then the second one, I did 2 questions. The next video, I don't know if it's going to be this one or the next video, but I want to answer 3 of your really good, 3 of your really good questions, you guys. And again, as always, thank you so much for all of your really great comments, you guys. That's most of this is nonprofit. This is just fun for me. It's a hobby. But the relationships I have with you guys, I think we can call it that, right? You ask a question or respond to a comment or respond to a video with a comment, and I respond, and it's just fun. It's just fun. And so if if the videos are not enough entertainment for you, then I would encourage you just to go back and just kind of read some of the comments that people leave, and I try to leave some snarky, sarcastic, or just kind of funny, I don't know, humorous responses to your comments. All right. So just, if you want to, just go and read some of the comments. Well, they're kind of, I think they're funny. I don't know. All right, let's go. Announcement number one. Okay, so it's really not that big of a deal, but I do look at how many subscribers, whatever, see if we're whatever. And to be honest, you guys, we've lost like a bunch of subscribers. Well, not a bunch, like six. And I showed you this a while back. I got this new toy that I'm having all kinds of fun with. What I do by myself in my own house is my own business. All right. I'm just saying. But, so at first, when I saw what was happening, I got kind of bummed out, you guys, and I think most of us would, what am I doing wrong? Why don't people like me? Am I really that annoying? Well, kind of, yeah. But then I'm thinking, here's the deal. Because I'm just doing this for fun, and I thought about this yesterday. If I can bring a little bit of levity to one person, then it makes all this worth it. Because I know some of you are struggling and going through stuff, right? Like I did, with my chemo and whatnot. But it's like, if I can do a video really quick before the wife comes in, and make you smile a little bit, one of you, just one of you, then it's totally worth it. And most of my videos get like 50 or 60 views, so I've got a small core group. We've talked about it before. Some YouTubers have like thousands, tens of thousands of views, but it's like I'm not comparing myself to bigger channels. And I want to keep this channel small, because I would rather have a tight knit group of you guys rather than thousands of people leaving comments that it's going to take me all day to respond to all those comments, right? So anyway, blah blah blah, here I go. So announcement number 2. Let's go. Okay, so nobody said they want my Head and Shoulders that I got for free from Walmart. So you guys, I'm thinking in Arizona, it gets hot and it's really, really sunny. And I'm, Norwegian, right? So would this work like sunscreen? If I just put this on, would it, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is it a bad idea? Or is it going to make all my hair fall out? So yeah, happy Halloween. I mean, but I'm a day late. And you guys, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. Uh, Back in the day, I was really into it, and I bought 9 strobe lights, and I had them all in front of the house, and but none of the kids rang the bell. I don't know why. It was probably too scary, but but I was thinking, shoot, I didn't plan this right. I would have done next year, you guys, next year. I want to do like a Halloween special, and I thought of it later. It would be funny to have like a flashlight, down here, like the spooky, like, and have all the lights off, and or either a flashlight or a laser or something like. So I thought of it later. I should have done what I should have did is a fun Halloween special, but next year, okay? All right. Announcement number, where are we at? I don't know. Let's keep going. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome to the Mad Camper. I'm Jim. Uh, how did you find me? I mean, this channel is tiny, and I want to keep it that way. All right, now, da 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 da, bing bing bong bong, heedy beady skeety beady beady. Oh, and that was for Kenneth. He asked me if I do other impressions. You guys, my logo is Beaker from the Muppets, right? And luckily, I haven't gotten a copyright strike on that. But you know, the Swedish chef, hilarious. But anyway, in the last video, I told you guys that I did something really fun, something I've never done before, and then I didn't tell you about it. Well, that needs its own separate video because what I did, you guys, and in Minnesota, we call them tube steaks, you know, hot dogs. I made my own homemade hot dogs, and my first attempt at doing it, I looked up all kinds of recipes and stuff and how to do it, YouTube, obviously. And so I've got a meat grinder, so I put chicken in there, I put pork in there and seasonings, and I bought I wanted natural casings, right? Casings, and there's all kinds of different, I tried a couple of different, it's a whole separate video, you guys, but excuse me. I tried these natural sheep casings. Right? Well, they turned out really, really good. So I'm like, I know how to, because what's the worst kind of meat that you can buy? All right. If you go on the ACA website, the American Cancer Association, they list carcinogens. Processed meat is right next to, I don't know, Chernobyl or, nuclear fallout or something. It's like, it's really, am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I want to make my own hot dogs. So I did. And, they turned out, surprisingly well. So that's a whole nother, so I know. So remember that old show Flipper? And I've done this before. Sorry. No, the dolphin, Flipper the dolphin. Well, yeah, no, I did that on purpose. Um, I did a Google search on ACA logo, and cement came up. So I thought, that might be funny. We'll see if anybody catches that. Did anybody catch that? Anyone? Anyone catch that? Like, okay, so finally, let's do my trauma. You guys are like, geez, blabbermouth, we want to hear about your trauma. All right, so let's do that. So trauma might be a little bit hyperbolic. Hyperbolic? Yeah, hyperbolic. Exaggerated or overstated or, for drama or whatever. But so wait, hang on. Sorry, that just bugs me when the fire gets too low. So I'm downsizing, you guys, and I'm going through bedroom number 2, which is full of my gardening and all kinds of wacky stuff. And I found 5 cases 5 cases of my hot sauce. This is a brand new one. There's just empty bottles in here. But I found 5 cases of my hot sauce that I made back in the day 10 years ago. And I have to get rid of it because, not because it's old. Some of this hot sauce I'm still using today. I found it's 10 years old and I'm still using this because it's vinegar, salt, and hot peppers and tomatoes. So it's very acidic. Nothing's going to grow in there, right? So it's lasted for 10 years. But I found a bunch of this stuff, you guys, and I had a lot of fun doing this hobby, doing the garden, growing my own peppers and the tomatoes and everything, all natural ingredients. And I had a blast like designing the labels and stuff. And I put some humor in here, Um, don't scan the barcode because it'll come up as Diet Coke, stuff like that. It was a huge hit at work. And people, even now, they're like, Jim, are you going to do your hot sauce again? And I'm like, oh, the garden, but you guys, I'm serious. I found a bunch of this stuff. And here's the thing. What I was planning on doing is actually making hot sauce in my camper on the road and maybe selling my hot sauce or giving it away to people that I meet or, new friends or whatever. Hey, do you like hot sauce? Well, how hot do you want it? I've got like six different kinds, from mild to make your head spin around. In fact, some of the hot sauce that I made was so hot I could not use it. It's like yikers. But and I told you before, I set up this booth at this craft fair at work, and people would come up and they're like, I want your hottest sauce. And I'm like, well, I've got samples set out. Do you want to try it first? And they're like, oh, heck no. No, it's a gift for a buddy, or whatever. So it's like, yeah, they don't want it. They want to give it to somebody else. Okay, Merry Christmas. Have a bottle of pain, you know. So, right? But you guys, I found a bunch of my hot sauce in that second bedroom. I can't bring it with me. I can't sell it. I'm not going to sell it in case somebody gets sick. I don't care if I get sick, which I haven't. I threw it all away. It's all in the garbage. And I decided I cannot make hot sauce. I don't know, you guys, on the road because this is 12 bottles, empty bottles. What is it? What am I concerned about with my trailer, right? Weight. The empty bottles are one thing, but once they're filled and they're, ready to go, they get really, really heavy. So, okay, sorry. So, again, I'm doing editing and I'm watching this, and I just remembered in the kitchen, I have, thinking about making my own hot sauce on the road. Let me back up. During my chemotherapy, and all the steroids that I was on, I can't remember the name. I'll put it up here. Can't remember. You guys remember, but part of my coping mechanism, I think, with dealing with all of the stuff I was going through with my chemo and whatnot, my treatment, I was buying like all kinds of stuff, which is part of the pain point right now with downsizing. I bought stuff that you guys that I'm not gonna need, or it's too heavy, or I bought stuff that I shouldn't have, but I'm cutting myself slack. I'm not beating myself up, right? Psychology, going through what I went through. Anyway, so in the kitchen, thinking about during my chemo, I'm thinking, oh, I would love to make hot sauce on the road. So I bought a bunch of um, dehydrated peppers. So pepper powder, right? So cayenne, which is really not, it's really not that hot, but I did add it to my sauces just to give it a little bit of, whatever. But you guys, this habanero powder, and I put it in my uh, vacuum sealer, not dehydrator, vacuum sealer. So this is like vacuum sealed, so it'll last for like years. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take this powder and bring it with me on the road for when I make my hot sauce over a fire in my Dutch oven, right? Or whatever. But but that bag I just showed you of that habanero powder, that was like $40 because I bought like a volume of it, you know. That was $40. I can't remember what the cayenne was, but so the pain points of downsizing, it's like, was it a bad decision? Yes, but at the time, you know, cutting myself slack, it's like, yep, dude, you were going through a hard time and you were trying to fill a hole, or, you know what I mean? A lot of psychology, right? But then I was digging for this powder that I just remembered during editing, and I found this. These, I've showed you this before, I think a little bit. Um, these are green coffee beans. So, and I did a video about it before where I had my cast iron skillet out on the deck and I'm roasting my own coffee beans. They're green when they go in over high heat, and I had my digital thermometer and all science, you know, roasting my own coffee. And I would roast it until it was like really, really dark, which is the way I like it. So so I found that bag of coffee beans up on the shelf in my kitchen. Oh heck yeah, that's coming with me camping. Well, yeah, it's heavy, but who doesn't need good coffee? I mean, hello, right? So that's another video I'll be doing on the road, you know. Okay, you guys, I'm out of coffee. I have to roast some more. So, you know, showing my viewers how I do that on the road, you know, like, so I've got tons of ideas. So anyway, I just had to interrupt and just, yeah. So, yeah, there's psychology with buying stuff and then realizing later I shouldn't have bought that, but you know, it's like whatever. So, you know, out it goes, right? But I might save some of it just in case. All right, I'm just saying. All right, okay. It kind of broke my heart a little bit, you guys. This hobby that I did, you know, for years, and I had so much fun. Excuse me, I just burped again. But the labels, and you know, you guys know that I ran my own computer support company for 18 years, and so I learned a lot of like marketing. I don't think I told you guys this, but I sent out a monthly newsletter, an actual um, 8.5 by 11 twice. So it's called ledger size. It was a 8.5 by 11 folded in half, and it had all kinds of tips and tricks in there on, you know, defragment your hard drive. You know, this was 20, 30 years ago, 30 years ago. But so graphic design, I loved doing that stuff. So I love doing graphic design. And to make my own hot sauce, and by the way, you know that you're buying hot sauce from a narcissist when he puts his own face on the label. It's all about me. But the goofy expressions were just, you know, how hot is the sauce, you know? So, you guys, yeah, downsizing and throwing stuff away, it's hard, right? But it's got to get done, you know? So, my goal is to fill my gigantic garbage container every week, get stuff out of here. The baritone is next. No, that's coming with me because I'm going to be recording some fun like brass quartets in the middle of the desert. Who does that? Well, I'm going to have nothing but time, right? Well, except doing videos. You guys are going to take a lot of my time, which I'm going to love, by the way. I was thinking about this too. Being lonely just by myself out in the middle of nowhere, I'm not going to feel alone. I'm bringing you guys with. Whoa, geez. It wouldn't have mattered if it broke because I'm throwing it away anyway. But I'm bringing you guys with me on my wacky, crazy, like what could go wrong adventures, right? So that's the value of doing a YouTube channel for me. It's like, you guys know, I just share all the crazy stuff I do, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So, what could go wrong with my 2-inch insulation countertop? Yeah, that'll last for 10 years, right? It'll last for about 10 miles going through they say traveling on the road with your trailer, you're putting your trailer through a 6.0 earthquake going over so, honey, should I like cut off okay. Yeah, I probably should, you guys. She's giving me a really nasty side eye. Like, I got to go, you guys. Thank you. Love you guys. You guys know that. And I'll talk to you later. I still haven't mowed yet. Okay. Maybe 3 questions coming up soon. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. All right, let's go. Or go bye-bye or whatever. Okay, thanks. Bye. Jeez. Science.